Hello friends, welcome to Winkeyes. Today I'm going to talk about Saga pattern. So whenever we are dealing with microservice architecture, we knowingly or unknowingly will come across these patterns. So mainly it is used when we have a distributed transactions. Say suppose whenever you have done any purchasing in Amazon or Flipkart, that time you do transactions, and later point of time the transaction will be accepted, and if the availability of the item is there, they will deliver to you. But there are chances where you have accepted, means they have accepted at that moment, and they have taken the amount from you, and some point of time they say they could not able to deliver that particular item, and that a particular item amount is going to be credited back to your account. So this kind of pattern is usually happens whenever we are going for a event driven approach, and that is this the fallback or the credit back, whatever example I have given, is also called as a compensating transaction, where it will compensate later on if any error occurs or any transaction didn't go well in one of the event. So it has to roll back the entire process, and this is also called as compensatory transaction. And this pattern has we have two categories of pattern, which is orchestration and choreography. Orchestration is like mainly like whenever you have an orchestra and multiple instruments are played together, and one of the conductor will be coordinating that orchestra, and he will tell which instrument has to be played when, and how they have to sync up with all the other instruments and all. That is kind of orchestration. Mainly one, there will be a commanding person, and he will be taking care of all those things. When it comes to event driven also, there will be one service which will be dealing, or it will be coordinating all the events, and it will be as a center commanding service for that one. And in choreography, it is all about acting by themselves. They know what are the steps they have to do, like when you have a dancing, or there is a group dance, and each person knows what are the steps they want to do, and how they have to sync up to each other, and how the entire dance has to be taken care. So same way in event driven also, mainly all the events acts independently, and they serves their own purpose, and they will coordinate themselves even in the fallback time also. So let's jump into each individual pattern individually with a small use case. Okay, first we'll go with orchestration pattern with an use case. Say suppose we have a tea stall or a tea shop, and we will take order in bulk. So what happens is, like first we have four orders, in which three in ordinary tea, and the fourth one is a strong tea we have, and each amount is like for a normal tea is 10 rupees, and a strong tea is having 15 rupees, or you can take any unit for this one. And the below one is a recipe, like for each whenever the event takes, what are the recipe it has to go through, like normal tea usually 1 cup with a hot water and a 1 tea bag milk, and milk will be 2 spoon and two sugar cups, sorry, cubes I can say. So when it comes to a strong tea, it will be having same way, but milk should be reduced for 1 teaspoon, and sugar also need to be reduced. That way it has to flow through. And here we can see there is a order service. So orders are each, these are all each services, and each services has their own database inside, and they maintain their states also by themselves. So we have a Kafka as a async manner where we have to connect with each other. In orchestration mainly, you can use async or sync wires also. You can use REST controllers to connect each other. So now today I'm just taking Kafka as one of the mediator to connect among the services. So let's start with the use case. Like you go and order for 4 teas and you'll be charged for that one. Then the order will be placed and the cups and tea bags will be taken care. And then again, once the cups and tea bags are the service is done, so they reduce their amount one by one, and it comes back to the order again. So now order knows then what is the next step. So after the order, it has to send one more what you call event, or it has to request to the milk. Then milk has to be populated. So from milk, it will come back to the order again with a deduction of 2 teaspoons. So next is sugar. So sugar also goes with the same flow, and it is all orders have been processed. But if you notice, initially we had sufficient amount of inventories were there when we are doing that one. But if you have a strong tea, for that we require 1 cup of tea, 1 cup tea. I mean 1 cup is required and 2 tea bags are required as per the recipe, and milk is required 2, but sorry 1, but we have 2 here, so it is sufficient. But sugar is 0 by this now, like it cannot able to serve this purpose. So when we start with this order the same way, so all will come, milk will come back. But when it comes to the sugar, so it doesn't have a sugar, so it is a failure scenario, and it has to fall back to all the rest of the services. So it will go and tell the order that yes, I failed to serve this purpose. Then order will do a refund for that particular amount. So initially it was 45 amount it was order was having, now it became 30. Then again it will distribute, call all other services and populate the amount back to them. So orchestration is mainly, like as I said, it is a centralized command. So in our use case, it was order, one of the service where it was taking command of all those things, all the events it has to take care. And it is easy to do the fallback or the whenever any one of the service fails, and that time from one centralized location only we can do all the fallbacks and all the transaction can be completed, and it is easy to handle. And we can use asynchronous or synchronous both the ways. We can use REST calls, or we can use any of the brokering servers patterns where we can publish the message and somebody will consume them and do that one. So cons, we can say it is tightly coupled. So we have to every time has a direct connection with particular service. So one-on-one connection will be keep going on. So because of that, there will be a slowdown of the application. So like the process will be a little slow as compared to the choreography. And it is mainly fits for the small application. So if you have more microservice, it is very difficult to manage all the service by one particular person or one particular service. So in that case, we will better go for a choreographer. Let's see how choreography works. Okay, now we'll see how a choreography pattern works. Let's start with the use case again. So we have the same scenario, like there will be tea stall and there will be 4 orders. One among is strong tea, and below is the recipe, how it has to flow through. So initially the amount is having 0 for him because he hasn't taken order anything, and all as 4, 5, 8 entities are the inventory elements for that one. And we have to notice like each this kind of event driven approach or the transaction, we need to maintain a status, because we should know where the status is going to end, not only in particular order, or it may be in the each individual service also. We may need to maintain the status of that one, so it will be easy for backtracking also. So let's start. So we get that order, and we have charged the card, and we start our process. So we start with the cup and the tea bags together, because one service can be accepted, means like one message can be consumed by two particular services, and it serves a purpose. After the tea bag, it will go for the milk. And each time, I think if you are noticing, each time whenever the process is going through, we can see the number it is deducting from here. So from milk, it came to sugar. Now sugar is having 6, and it will become 4, because for 2 cubes has to be put on for that one. So amount also has been deducted, like 45 rupees. So this process continues till third one, because all are in happy path scenario. But the fourth one is having a strong tea, where it may require one cube of sugar, but currently in our inventory we don't have. So whenever the request comes, there will be a failure. So as soon as the failure comes, the amount is refunded to the person who they have deducted. So from 45 it became 30 the amount, and one more event is triggered towards milk, and the milk will consume this particular fallback. So the fallback again, it will push a message to the tea bag saying something gone wrong. I have taken my milk amount back, milk number back, and tea bag is the next person which has to again refund it back. So here, this way, the entire process will go with the fallbacks flow. So here all events act individually. No, there is no coordination. So no centralized command over there. So this is better than the orchestration when it comes to event-driven approach. Let's see the pros and cons of choreography. So pros, if you see, it serves very much independently. Each service acts its own, and it has its own responsibility. It knows its responsibility. So if it is happy success scenario or the fallback scenario, what it has to do. It is all loosely coupled. No service is talking to each other directly. So all are abstracted out from them. And mainly this choreography pattern works for the asynchronous manner, and it is very faster compared to the orchestration. And it is a very good pattern for the bigger application with much more many microservices in the applications. The cons are like to handle fallback, because we need to maintain or to have a proper architecture for that one. Like when we see the code, we may not know immediately unless it has been documented which are the consumers it has been consumed by. If any fallback happens, whether it is reaching to all the consumers or not. It is bit tedious, but it is one-time work. If we have a documented way, we can easily see this approach is better than the orchestration one. So that's it, I can say. If you like this particular video, please like it, press the like button, and subscribe to my channel so for the further updates. Thank you very much.